Hey, groovy gardeners. All right, so spring is almost upon us. Well, it technically isn't part of the world, but definitely up here on the island, it's still very much winter. It is a very brisk -11 outside, and there's still snow and ice. But here inside, I've got a new greenhouse set up this year. My back is no longer dislocated, so I'm really hopeful that I'm going to be able to garden, and so I'm actually getting things going. So let me just walk you through the old setup here. I'm sure you've seen it before. I've done another video. I have these very simple racks to which I have attached handy dandy LED lights. I actually just bought a brand new set and I'm going to install them as well. So every shelf will have lights. I use these shelves. I have one with a cover on to keep humidity in, one open to keep humidity out, and I will be using them to start a myriad of seedlings. In past years, I've started literally 1,000 seedlings out of these little tiny shelves. I'm not going to go quite as crazy this year because I have access to possibly another space to start seedlings, but that's another video. Anyways, so the setup here, very basic. It's March here, so we're actually not starting things like tomatoes or peppers or other things inside yet because it's too early. My gardening logbook, which I've had now for since 2022, tells me that everything I started at this time in the past was too early. Trying to get it outside, they were too big, they needed sun. May is unpredictable here. It can be warm, it can be cold. Guaranteed you'll get some frost and something nasty in the first part of June. So I'm starting stuff later. What am I growing right now? Okay, obviously not very fancy. I've got cat grass growing. Yeah, okay. I have a neighbor, a cat who just has adopted me. He comes and goes as he pleases, and I'm growing cat grass for him. My neighbor gave me the seeds, and it's just awesome. What else have I been growing here this winter? I have a mountain of basil. I bought one plant that I rescued back in November, I think, maybe October. And since then, I've had 3 huge harvests. I've created all kinds of new starter plants. It's just gone crazy. I'm going to finish them off soon. I'll let make some new starts out of them and clear this space off. I also have my sweet potatoes starting. Yay! I need the sweet potato slips to get going now so that I can then, they go through several processes. That's going to become a lovely big vine. I'm going to snip it all down. I'm going to root each of the different parts of the vine. And I'll go from one sweet potato in a thing to hundreds of sweet potato shoots, seedlings that will be going out to farmers and other places to grow. Okay, and these last ugly fellows I'm sorry, plants. These last tall, skinny fellows are ginger shoots. I had a large pot of ginger growing in here all winter, and it took up a lot of space. And so what I did was I pulled out the most viable shoots, separated them out into their own little containers. So they are going to be a little lonely, but that happens. And I'm hoping that they will continue to stay alive so that when it's time, I can move them outside into a bigger container and I can grow a great big batch of ginger again over the summer in an intensely hot little portion of the parking lot because they really like heat. Um, Down here, okay, these guys. I am going to be, for the last 2 years, I've been working very hard to learn how to start cuttings from haskell bushes, blueberry bushes, you name it, red and black currant bushes, the whole shebang. And it's been a learning process. I did manage to get to the point where I was getting 80 to 100% success. So this year I'm going to make a bit more of an effort and I'm going to do it a bit differently because I'm starting other plants later. The cuttings are going to get to start in this greenhouse. So I'll be able to very tightly manage their humidity, which is the most important thing, right? The cuttings, the little branch pieces that I take, used water and moisture to transmute, and instead of make leaves, they make roots. So it's a tricky alchemical process, but it's really cool when it works. So anyways, I'm going to use this, and once they're big enough, then I'll move them to a bigger space and more seedlings will go in and so on and so forth. So anyways, there you go. It's a couple of very basic, I love these greenhouses because they don't screw together. They snap together using stuff that looks like Lego and they come apart really easily. They're super easy to store. This is my 4th year with them, so I literally can disassemble them and put them away. I can disassemble them and carry them outside. I'm in a basement apartment, so might want to take them apart. I can mix and match, like you'll notice in this one. I removed one of the racks so that plants can grow taller. So there's variabilities. You can make it the size and structure that you want. You can have bigger plants growing and so on. So anyways, there you go, groovy humans. I have not disappeared off the planet. I am here. And I am very grateful for all the help I've been getting. My neighbor Holly gave me a whole bunch of these trays. She owns the brilliant restaurant Clam Diggers. So shout out to Clam Diggers. Woo! She gave me a bunch of these trays that they had hanging around their kitchen while they're doing their cleanup, and they are perfect for putting underneath cutting racks, for mixing soil, for transporting seedlings, so many things. I am so grateful. So hope everybody's doing okay out there. It is a complicated darn world. I this year employed a garden dragon to start taking care of all the things. This is Zippity, and he helps out. He's very intense. Dragons are really good at building their hordes, so having a garden dragon means things keep growing. So, right on. Okay, so enough weird and wonderful stuff. I am back. My new videos will be a lot shorter. I'll do a bunch of quick clips as I start plants again. But there's already loads of information on this site. I've got all kinds of videos on how to get seedlings started, how to keep them moist, what kinds of things to grow in. There's a short video on exactly where I got my lights and where the brand names are. It's called Barina, got them on Amazon. Sorry, but true. I live on an island. Sometimes you got to do that stuff. Anyways, love y'all. Hope everybody's doing okay. Breathe in, breathe out. And remember, it's up to us. We can absolutely grow our joy. So don't give up. Keep trying. That's what the fun is. Love you. Bye.